Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for August 23rd. Currently looking at the US Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed up on Friday after moving much lower, breaking the two previous sessions lows. We are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 95.25, possibly as low as 92.74. Look for some resistance around 94.71 and look for some support around 93.40 in this particular pair. Now, switching over to the Euro USD pair, this particular pair did close up for the session. Is moving sideways overall. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 1.4460, possibly as low as 141.25. Now look for some resistance around 143.75 and look for some support around 1.4289 in this pair. Now let's switch over and take a look at the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair closed lower on Friday. Is still moving definitely within a range. We are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 167.29, possibly as low as 163.06. Definitely look for this pair to hit some resistance around 166.22, possibly hitting some support around 164.15. Now let's take a look at the US Swiss. This pair closed lower during Friday's session. It did tag previous or break previous sessions lows, hitting some support. Did close above those, and if we follow any of the past, we'll see this pair reverse and move a little bit higher. We are expecting this pair to move potentially as high as 1.0725, possibly as low as 1.0485. Now look for some resistance around 10617 and look for some support around 1.0550. Well, that about does it for that. No real news announcements, significant news announcements coming out during this next session. As far as what I'm looking at, looking for this trend of moving higher and then moving lower to continue in this pair. If you notice, we've moved lower, a little bit higher, lower, a little bit higher, lower. So if this trend continues, we could definitely see a swing to the upside. If you zoom in, the overall bias is definitely to the downside, so this may be a little bit of a risky move as far as looking for it to reverse, but your risk to reward would be pretty tight because of the amount of pips you'd actually be risking. Go ahead and place your stop loss right under Friday's session's low. Look basically to buy in. You could buy in right now would be an option at the open, and if it moves higher, you have this first area of support or resistance to look for. What was previous support is now resistance. You would have this one as a second, possibly here as a third, and then moving on up 4, 5, and then up around this area. You have several areas where this could go if it follows the trend as it did the last couple of weeks or even months. Right now, this would be about a 20 pip risk. Obviously, the upside potential to this, if we do get a swing as we did here, is substantial. If it repeats, we saw basically a almost 300 pip move from the last time that we had a reversal. So to risk 20 pips to get maybe a 100 pip upswing to 200 pips would be a fairly good deal. If you notice, this would probably be the first area that it would really hit around 130 pips. So do realize though the overall bias is to the downside, so this is risky in that aspect. But as far as a risk to reward aspect, it's a very good trade. You just have to be aware that that we could potentially move much lower, much quicker, and that 20 pips be eaten up pretty quick. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.